Morning world, it's the 4th of May 2018. It's about 8:30 in the morning. Couple of things before I start. Um, I'm aware that there's audio problems. I've bought a new iPad. My old iPad finally died, so I had to buy a new one. I had to go into big debt to do it. Um, and I don't know how to change the volume. The volume's right up. If anyone out there is an iPad genius, I'm an astrologer, not an engineer. So if anyone out there knows how to help me, I'd be really grateful for input on how to increase the volume. Secondly, I'm going to have a little, I've never done this before, but I get trolled all the time, okay? I'm used to it, I've got thick skin, but someone yesterday had a really nasty dig at me, someone who I'm going to name. Someone who hides under the acronym Spies Girls had a go at me for being fat and said that I'm obviously not an environmentalist because I'm not a vegan, and I obviously eat lots of meat and dairy because I'm fat. What you don't know is I've got a medical condition that I'm going for heavy surgery for in the near future. But I've been a vegan for 13 years. I've been vegetarian for well over 40 years. And I was a committed environmentalist, tying myself to trees, bolting myself to nuclear power stations, protesting against missiles long before you were born. So if you really want to fat shame someone, then do it to their face. Don't hide behind an acronym. Okay, my dig is over. Now, this Uranus transit that's coming up, Uranus is going to move into Taurus. Now, there's a couple of things that's happening all at the same time. On the 13th of May, Mercury is going to finally leave Aries and move into Taurus. On the 15th of May, Uranus is going to move into Taurus. So there's going to be a Mercury-Uranus conjunction at 29 degrees of Aries on the 12th, 13th of May. On the 18th of May, and all of these dates are plus minus 1 day depending on where in the world you live. On the 18th of May, Mars is going to move from 29 Capricorn into 0 Aquarius. What this means is that there's going to be a really nasty square up there in the sky between Mercury conjunct Uranus at 29 Aries and Mars at 29 Capricorn over the period of the 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th of May. And then Mars is going to square Uranus once it moves into Aquarius around the 18th, 19th of May. So over this whole 10-day period of the middle 10 days of May, there's going to be a really nasty square in the sky between Mars and Mercury conjunct Uranus. Now, something like this is not uncommon. It does happen on average. Something like this will happen about once every 2, 3, 4 years. So it's not really rare, but the fact that it's happening at the moment that planets ingress into new signs, especially with Uranus, which only changes sign once every 7 years, makes it even more important. The fact that the energy of the planets is moving from cardinal signs, Capricorn and Aries, into fixed signs, Taurus and Aquarius, makes it even more difficult because the fixed signs, whilst they're brilliant at words like resilience, determination, thoroughness and perseverance, they're not that brilliant when it comes to being flexible and adaptable. If I was to be polite, I'd say they're determined and thorough, and if I was to be impolite, I would say they were stubborn. So when you've got Mars, which is a real dynamic energy, and Uranus, which is all about change, both moving into fixed signs, which doesn't really like change a lot, there's going to be some type of eruption. I don't know that it will be geophysical. It's as likely to be economic stroke political as much as anything else. Thing is, it does seem to affect a large number of dignitaries and celebrities, and I will cover this in more depth another time, in fact probably tomorrow and Sunday. But it is going to shake the world up. I don't quite know how. When I've used words like earthquake, explosion and tsunami, please, I'm being metaphorical. I'm not being literal, although it may manifest in some type of literal thing. Certainly a number of political situations in the world are going to get increasingly fraught and hectic over the next 9 or 10 days until we get into the 10th and 11th, and then we will see results. I've been waiting for this time for a long, long time, and now we're on it. So we're getting ready to dive off into the deep end, head first. So hold your breath and sink or swim, okay? And don't forget to have fun while you're doing it, and don't take things too seriously. Remember, please, the planets impel, they don't compel. There's no such thing as fate. You do have the choice of how you choose to react. I hope the volume's better on this, and I could do with a little bit of objective personal help if you're able. You know how to get hold of me, steve@stevejudd.com. Thanks, folks. Catch you tomorrow. Bye.